What's up, guys? This is Gummy Universe. This is going to be another reaction to MLP Season 8. I forget which episode we're on. I think it's 18, but unlike the other episodes, I actually kind of got spoiled, at least for the title of this episode, because, well, the title of the episode is apparently Yakity-Sax. Now, for those of you who don't know about Yakity-Sax, it's one of the most heavily meme-inspired songs that I've seen since Running in the 90s, I think. So it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this title, even if just talked about through hearsay, was gonna reach my ears before getting to this episode. Besides all the episode titles getting put out and all that stuff. So, in any case, we're gonna get started. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I swear, if there isn't a single moment where you got like a bunch of people running around doing random stuff, I'm gonna be heavily disappointed in this episode. So let's get started. Hooey. 3, 2, 1, now. So we're starting things off with Fluttershy, so that's, again, a good plus in my book. In any case, like any main character would pretty much be a plus, but I just like reiterating it, showcasing how I just am indecisive about my favorite characters. Duh. You know, sometimes Angel Bunny can actually be legitimately cute.
Some poor creature's in trouble. We have to help it. Oh, listen to that suffering. It must be in horrible agony.
It sounds like someone's trying to play a tuba, but like really badly. And now you get closer to it, it does sound like actual horrible music.
Like a herd of injured chimerae.
Is that what chimerae sound to you? Granted, I haven't heard a chimerae sound, but sure.
Two of its heads and kennel cough in his third. Or maybe it's...
Pinkie Pie with a... What?
And a 1, and a 2, and I know what to do.
What is... It's not...
At least no animals.
It's not the bagpipes. I mean, I guess it's a cousin. Dude. That's metal.
Well, until now.
Alright, so a Fluttershy and Pinkie episode. I can get behind that. And if I have to say anything about Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, due to the two moments, the moment where you see Fluttershy pretty much go off on Pinkie Pie during the whole Iron Will episode, putting your hook down, and the episode where Pinkie Pie made Fluttershy cry, there's been some quote-unquote slight animosity towards these two and how they feel about each other in the fan base. Not telling you it's like a underlying theme in the show. It's just, I've been noticing that a lot when the fan base talks about these two together. I'd stick to your one-man band career. That isn't a career, but you know, it's way better than whatever the hell you're doing right now.
What is that thing? It's called a Yakity-Sax.
A Yakity-Sax. Okay.
Actually quite popular.
I thought a yak would show up. Well, at least be prevalent in the theme.
It's known to produce a fairly complicated, melodically rich and harmonious tone.
Twilight, I think you're gonna have to speak up a little bit, especially with that incredible music in the background.
Are you sure we're talking about the same thing?
Eh.
Phew! And that's with only a few days of practice! Can you
I'm honestly impressed. Okay.
Yes, I can.
Or maybe it's just a Pinkie Pie and the rest base episode.
Well, if you enjoyed listening to my playing half as much as I enjoyed playing my playing, then I should totally play more! That way we'll be even!
But why are you doing this, though?
Necessary, Pinkie. Yeah. Please, don't.
Please, but why? Are you practicing for, like, a particular thing, or are you just enjoying your new toy you got from your new friends?
Well, I, for one, am glad you're having so much fun with your new hobby. Uh-huh. Sure.
Okay, she's just in love with the thing. Okay, that's good too.
New skill and...
We support
Just
you.
waiting for me to finish talking so you can start playing again, aren't ya?
Yeah, and I don't like the way she's looking at that thing.
And a 1, and a 2, and a...
It's like seeing Crash. look at the, was it like a polar bear? It's or something. It's not good.
It's okay. She's gone.
Any ponyets think that sounded like an apple core caught up in a pulp grinder?
Absolutely. Okay, so maybe she isn't good yet, but she's our friend, and we should be supportive.
She just started playing. She's bound to get better.
If you can get better with that.
We just need to be supportive of her practicing, so the getting better part happens as fast as possible.
You know, friendship also can be like, hey, I don't like you doing this, so you could stop. You know, if you're a true friend, you'll let them know how annoyed you are right now. Yeah, like this, if it's bothering your everyday life and what you're doing, especially if you're doing it for a living, you definitely need to tell your friend to shove off somewhere. Not in that manner, but you know what I mean. I'm all for being a good... Actually, wow, now that I think about it, this... It actually might correlate to something that my life is currently going through right now that I'll explain later on, I guess. Okay, no. Alright, you're actively disrupting a professional business at this point. The closest thing to a professional business you're gonna get, right next to rarity stuff. And you're expecting me you're not going to tell her to stop? How powerful are these things, or how weak are these apples? Christ. That's not even... That shouldn't even be like... Is that... What kind of frequency do you need to do this? She's not actually ruining lives right now.
You're absolutely right, Spike. Sometimes it is nice to get out of the library and be in the sun.
Uh-huh. With a book.
Especially when you take the library
Or
with you.
books.
Yeah. We need to do something about Pinkie Pie's playing.
Tell her to stop.
Is it really
Or
that
take it...
bad?
Really.
This answer your question?
Oh my god.
For second place. Second place!
It's like getting a B on your report card, Twilight. Yeah, that's some scary stuff.
But not like this.
You could sell that to a gothic, like, person. I bet they'll buy it.
Full of nothing but applesauce. And it ain't even saucing season.
Just look what her playing did to poor Fluttershy.
Sleeping while standing up. That's,
Oh, so very tired. It practically took me all night to get the nursery back to sleep.
I mean,
Yeesh.
I know we said we should all be supportive. But
Yeah, be supportive, but tell her to go somewhere else.
Isn't any better.
Yeah, if anything, she's gotten worse.
If anything, that's just actually how it sounds.
And she's really good, and then I'll find a spell that will...
Oh, no.
No.
We're not going through that again. Remember
Cool.
how well it worked out when you weren't honest with Celestia about her acting ability?
And that was this season, too, so it's like, that's relevant stuff, not some stuff we can bring up later.
Good at the Ovidophone.
She is disrupting peace. Even Derpy doesn't like it, and Derpy likes everything.
Phew. That's weird. I could have sworn this place was packed a second ago.
I mean, come on, Pinkie.
Guys,
Nah, this
can I
is
favor you all with a tune?
this is a weird flaw I'm seeing from you.
Actually, we do have a request, and yeah, it involves your Yavidophone.
You mean the thing I love more than anything else in Equestria? My sun, my moon,
That's...
stars, my everything? Ooh,
I would have liked it if you say my Celestia, my Luna, my Twilight.
In all honesty, in
Honesty. Honesty.
Rarity has something to say.
Generosity, why not? I'm pretty sure she could take it.
please, listen to Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, loyalty.
Fine. So, Pinkie, remember when we all were shocked to discover Princess Celestia wasn't so good at acting? Yeah, she was awful. That's kind of a random thing to bring up. I thought you wanted to talk about my Yavidophone playing.
Oh,
Well, it's just, you need to know.
be kindly told. She's like, she's gonna deflect it straight at magic.
But we're afraid you're just not good at the Ovidophone.
Thank you.
None of us want you to waste your time on something you can't do well. Oh. Why didn't you just say so?
Okay, I wouldn't have said that.
All embarrassed to tell you. Why? It's just a silly instrument. Well, lunch break's over. Gotta get back to the bakery. Those apple turnovers aren't gonna apple themselves. No more Yakity playing for me!
Man, it's weird how you can kind of tell how bad she feels at the moment, despite her kind of acting the exact same way. That is scary to me. And I swear to God, if she's okay, I'd be weirded out, because I'm pretty sure she's not. Yeah, no.
Mario Vitaphone playing for me. And a 1, and a 2, and I don't know what to do.
Okay, again, I wouldn't have handled it that way. I would have been like, you're just disturbing people. You're disturbing the peace. Like, if you look around you, you can clearly see that you're disrupting people's, like, privacy. And whatever.
Twilight, when was the last time you saw Pinkie Pie?
Not since we told her to stop playing the Yakity-Phone.
And that was...
surprised with how well she took it.
How long ago?
She took it as well as you think she took
I swear to God, if her hair's deflated. And her hair's... And oh, she's straight up. Oh, man.
Is it morning? I hadn't noticed.
That's not good.
People looking all over for you.
I hate depressed pie.
Pinkie may not have taken our critique of her Yakity-phone playing in the spirit with which it was intended.
It wasn't really much of a critique. It was more of just, hey, you're bad at this. Don't waste your time with something. Oh my God, that is some weird pony magic going on right there. That's straight up
I'm sure there is
demonic.
We just have to figure out what.
I don't get it. So she's no good at playing the Yakity-phone.
Just tell her to practice somewhere where she's not disturbing people.
She's really good at doing.
And what's up with that sign?
Being able to play the Yakity-phone.
That's the first time I noticed that. Has that always been in the background? I'm sorry.
And
Alright.
that's exactly what we'll show her.
Alright.
I bet if we get her to do the stuff she likes and is good at doing, she'll cheer right back up. And
But
forget
she's
all
already
about
good
the
at
Yakity-phone.
doing them, so what's the point of doing it more if she's already perfected it? Learning something new, oh my God.
Let's get started. Apparently there's not a moment to lose.
That just goes to show just what happens when the happiest pony in all of your universe is depressed. A montage of showing how much your efforts are not going to work is a good way to show how Pinkie Pie feels in the matter. This is making me depressed, and I'm not liking this. This is quite literally my third favorite character. Right, okay, fourth. Okay, on the main 6 margin, she's my top favorite character. How about I say that, so I don't have to make it complicated. What is up with them bringing this crazy stuff back? That's... no. Don't do this. I like how there's a distinct difference between quote-unquote Pink Amina, where she still has her pink sheen to her with the deflated hair, but like depressed Pinkie Pie loses all of her color like she just got hit by Discord, but without the being mean portion or whatever. What was her opposite again? Just not being fun?
My party cannon idea was a real dud.
Don't blame yourself. None of us did any better.
Yeah, no.
Well, not to worry. I came up with the perfect solution. Instead of trying to remind her what she's good at, we'll remind her what she's best at. And that's being our friend.
How about,
We're
you know,
gonna throw her a Pinkie
okay.
Pie appreciation party.
Oh, man.
That's a wonderful idea. If any pony needs to know how much she's appreciated, it's Pinkie Pie.
It's...
Get the whole town involved.
I'm not entirely sure how to feel about this episode. I'm currently...
She is to every pony.
I'm doing my best not to actively judge it as it goes on. I'm gonna wait until everything's done.
Pinkie Pie Appreciation Day.
That's a lot of pink. That is a lot of pink.
Perfection. Yeah. If anything can help Pinkie cheer up and make her forget about her Yakity-phone, this is definitely it.
Sure is. Okay, who's gonna get her?
No need. Gummy's on it. In fact, there he is now.
Yeah, Gummy, he... I mean, like, I
You were supposed to bring Pinkie Pie. What happened?
like... Alright.
Is she still coming?
I don't know what you're thinking. Only Pinkie Pie can really understand him. And
We could, if he was talking.
he is constantly contemplating life as we speak.
Where is Pinkie Pie?
He perceives life in such a slow motion that life itself is just meaningless.
Maybe we should just go and get her.
Maybe you should. I mean, you know, he's my second favorite reptile in this entire... What the hell?
Decor is dreadful. And all
There's
of
no
his
decor.
stuff is gone? It is a puzzle.
Excuse me.
Oh, yes, of course.
Hey, Maud. I see you're helping your sis move out. Where are you going?
Maude,
She's moving in with you?
can I ask
What's
you a
up?
question?
You just did.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Actually, that's
You
more...
just did.
Fine. How about if I...
That's more Mudbrier's thing. Technically, you already did.
All of your sister's things are gone. Explain.
No, they're not. They're right here.
See? Oh, no.
Seen Pinkie Pie?
Lots of times. I grew up with her.
Oh my god. You have to be really specific with Maud, which is why I like our character so much, but you have to be, like, really specific with your questions.
Why did you pack up all of Pinkie's things?
There you
She
go.
asked me to.
And...
Pinkie told me to pack up her room and take everything to the rock farm.
Man, she's moving
Said
straight
she
back to the
didn't
rock
leave
farm.
since She's moving to Yakity-Sax.
Or Yakity-Sax. Okay.
Terribly sorry, Maud. Must have misheard you. It almost sounded like
I just
you
love the
said you
casual,
went to
just
Yakity-Sax.
feats of lifting strength that they just do with her. It's
She
great.
did say that.
Terribly sorry.
Or in this
I
case, pulling, but you know.
must have misheard you. It almost sounded like you said she did say that.
Maude, I don't understand. Why would Pinkie leave Ponyville?
Yeah. Why would she want to go live with the Yaks?
She said without the Yakity-phone, her life had no meaning, and at least in Yakity-Sax, she could listen to the Masters play. She hoped that would give her some semblance of happiness.
Well, no. No.
Okay.
Not do.
I say we go to Yakity-Sax.
Honestly,
right now and
I'm-
never come back home.
I don't know. Man, jeez.
We didn't even get a chance to say goodbye.
That's one thing,
Well,
too.
we may not be able to go to Yakistan and force her to come home.
We could at least go and talk to her.
And if we happen to mention how much her friendship means to us, and how much we'd miss her if she were gone forever, and then she decided to come back home on her own.
Alright, I'm
What are we waiting around here for?
flip-flopping on how I'm supposed to feel about these two sides here. I believe both of them are in the wrong, but also in the right at the same time. It's... Oh man, this is gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it? It's gonna be one of those episodes that I'm just thinking too much and I'm probably just gonna get utterly chewed out in the comment section saying that this is a not as complicated as you're making it out to be, universe. Just watch and enjoy, I guess. But right now, I'm just so confused.
The music of the Yakity-phone.
Are you sure? Because that actually sounds kind of good.
Oh, I'm sure. Come on.
Okay, now you're just being mean. Jesus Christ, man. I will say, if I had to listen to this type of music and it was just like, this is something that would bring the tears.
No, sorry.
Don't apologize when someone tells you to shush. Just stay quiet.
There she is.
Even a...
Give me another.
My pony already had 25 ice cream.
I said give me another.
Man, we're even doing a bar joke. Man.
I'm sorry. I feel nothing.
Jesus
Maybe
Christ.
we can help with that.
Oh, hey. What are you guys doing here?
Just hear us out.
We respect your decision to move to Yakistan.
But we just wanted to remind you how much you mean to us, and how much we'd miss you if you decided to move here for...
Fine. I'll move back to Ponyville. Wow, that was a lot easier than I thought.
Oh my god.
Awesome!
Oh my god.
Pinkie, what's wrong?
That's what's wrong. I thought coming here and listening to real Yakity-phone playing would make me happy. It makes me feel worse. I'm never gonna sound like them.
Your Yakity-phone fan pony watch instrument while Ygritte visit little Yak's room?
Go for it.
Can't play it? Might as well do menial chores for those who can.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Pinkie Pie is obviously still miserable.
Yeah, for reasons that I'm still trying to debate whether or not are stupid or not.
In
But what else can we do?
He looks happy.
Yeah, we've tried everything. Maybe not. Look. Whoops. Sorry. I forgot what an awful Yakity-phoner I am.
Playing it makes you so happy.
Yes, apparently the most happiest thing she's ever done in her entire life, even making friends and throwing parties.
You should never stop.
Which is contradictory to her entire character, but whatever. Whatever.
You were the ones who told me to stop because I wasn't good.
And we were
Whatever. What?
Playing makes
No,
you
you...
happy. And
No,
it
you
makes
you are right. She was disrupting people. She should...
Get up there and show these yaks how it's done.
Ah!
I don't know if you've noticed, but the audience are all yaks, and they kind of have issues with things that aren't perfect.
Yeah,
My playing.
Gah.
Bye. You get up on that stage and play. If these yaks don't like it, they'll have to answer to us.
Okay.
Well, okay. If you all say so.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Ladies and gentle yaks, performing for her very first
This is not gonna go well. These guys are very, very particular about their stuff.
Pinkie Pie! Hi. So, any yaks here from out of town? Okay. And a 1, and a 2, and I kind of remember what to do.
Oh god. She's trying to play it like in any old... Okay. I was half expecting them to do the route of they didn't like it.
I wasn't expecting
But freestyle, you know, freestyle's good too.
Pony play good set.
You think so? Even though it wasn't perfect?
I don't think it has to be perfect.
This instrument of happiness.
I know a lot of guitar players who don't play the guitar quote-unquote perfectly, but they all play it their way. Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, let me play you the song I just wrote 2 seconds ago.
Great.
It's called I've Got the Best, Most Supportive Friends a Pony Could Ever Ask For.
I am conflicted.
And a 1.
And a 2.
And you know what to do.
This is gonna be... Oh man, I am gonna get something on this episode, I can tell you that much. I'm gonna get either, like, agreements, disagreements, a little bit of both, a little bit of... I don't know. But here's the thing about this episode. It's right and wrong in a lot of different segments. Alright, the beginning is showing Pinkie Pie is liking this new instrument that she just got, let's say, a day ago, and she's using it and trying to practice with it and trying to be good at it. She knows she's not good at it, but she likes playing it, so she's going to continue to play it until she gets good at it. Alright. As she does so, she's going to people's houses, going to separate areas, and every single one of those areas, she is messing with a competition. Imagine a person running onto the baseball field or a football field naked. That's the equivalent of what she did. Disrupting people while they're doing a sport. And like the race Rainbow Dash was doing, or whatever competition she was doing with the Wonder Boats, she was disrupting a person's livelihood and business, being with Rarity and Fluttershy, and even destroying a ton of the produce that the Apple family needs to get simply by walking and playing around with that thing. Those moments, you need to tell your friend, no matter how good of a friend he is, to cut it out. Because if they don't, they're going to continue to ruin the thing. So what you're telling me is, at the end of this episode, she's going to go back to Ponyville, continuously do what she does, and still destroy and mess with the general populace because her friends support her. That's wrong. Then you get on to the second half of the episode where it's flipped, where I agree more on the friend side and don't like what Pinkie Pie turned into. Because throughout the entirety of every single season, it is one thing that is always a universal constant for Pinkie Pie. In that universe, in this universe, no matter what, she is a party planner, happy, wanting to make people laugh, base pony. So if she, in multiple occasions, see that she is either annoying somebody, not helping someone in the slightest with her actions, and so on and so forth. She even learned this during the cheese sandwich episode, that if she is disrupting something, if she is not making someone happy with what she's doing, she will stop and know what to do. But no, she's like, my friends told me I'm bad at playing this this object that I got a day ago. Now I'm going to be the most depressed pony in all of Equestria, to the point where I'm using my innate pony, you know, Earth pony magic, which is pretty much confirmed at this point, Earth pony magic, to not help things grow, but instead let them wilt and just destroy things as I walk around. And no matter what her friends did, bringing her this way, telling her to do this, even going to a party itself, she was horrible at a party. Say that 10 times fast. Pinkie Pie was depressed at a party. That doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. And then all the friends she's made, all the time she had with them, her sister even moving into Ponyville, things like this, all the people she has known, all the things she has done, every single piece of accomplishment and every single thing that she has ever done in Ponyville, completely dashed, thrown away, instantly unbearable to her because she cannot play an instrument. That's dumb. That part's dumb. So in the beginning, I'm agreeing more on a Pinkie Pie standpoint, because it's like, just tell her to go somewhere else, practice with a person who does know how to play so she can play it better, do something that revolves around helping her and supporting her to get better at what she likes to do, instead of outright telling her that since you're bad at it, you shouldn't do it. That's dumb. That part's dumb. But don't also abandon all the good things that you made and built up, all because of this one thing that is not equivalent to what you are abandoning. It is not right. And now, here's the thing. I am a depressed dude. I've been diagnosed with depression. Hell, I'm taking freaking pills as we freaking speak. So don't come at me and say that I don't know a thing or two about being depressed. I could do the argument of, since Pinkie Pie was depressed, she wasn't thinking straight. She's just going off of pure emotion. And since she really liked this thing, it's like telling a person who's been doing something for a long time to stop doing it because it's not going to do anything with your life and it's dumb. You're never going to do anything with it. And then expecting them to be 100% okay with it after you get done killing his baby. All right, that's never okay. So I agree on a certain, at a certain threshold, that depression in Pinkie Pie's field here made her do this, and maybe after a day or two or so, she would realize it was dumb for her to leave and she would come back. But no, this is not what this episode's conveying. This episode was conveying that since she lost the one piece item, this one item she's only had for a limited amount of time. I would understand if it was like Gummy. Imagine this. Someone took Gummy away. She's unable to find Gummy for days, if not weeks or so. And so she's depressed because her pet that she loved, ever since we got to see him in the episode he was introduced, is gone. That makes more sense. And she moves out only because she's trying to go across Equestria to find this pet that she loves. I would agree 100%. And maybe someone had to play devil's advocate and saying, since you couldn't find him for this long, and even Rainbow Dash could kind of pitch in, just like, I couldn't able to see Tank since he went on hibernation and stuff like that. I know how it feels to lose your pet, but then Pinkie Pie can interject and say, you didn't lose your pet went somewhere and you know you're going to get him back. My pet's gone. He is lost. He doesn't know where he's going and how to get back. She's worried. That would be, oh man. Okay, oh my god, this episode. I'm feeling multiple different emotions. None of them are being happy though. And it's like, I'm flabbergasted. I want to know how you guys feel about this episode, because I honestly don't like this episode as much as I don't like the Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well. At least the Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well had at least some moments in there that makes me feel like, okay, that was pretty neat. And while some of the moral in that episode is kind of skewed, you can still find some enjoyment with it and find the reasons to like it, instead of like how a majority of people say they didn't like it. This one's like, there's almost nothing about this episode that I have to say they did correctly. They didn't do how the friend should handle another friend doing a thing that they like but not good at. A good example is for an artist. You go up to an artist, he's been drawing since he was 6 years old. He thinks he can do better, but if you look at his work and it's not going too well, instead of saying, drop everything you're doing, become a doctor, you should say, how about you find some tutorials, find another artist, get some tips, you know, better yourself. And if they don't take your advice, it's their fault. alright? But it's your fault to say he should give up on his dreams or whatever he likes just in general because you don't like it when you see him not doing good with it, I guess. And that's it. And I don't agree with how far this particular character has taken it. Maybe if they replace Pinkie with a random other side character. Let's say this is another one of those episodes where they just introduce a new character, and this new character gets their own personality. And so they already pre-established that this person's been playing this thing all of her life, ever since she was young. But no one's ever had the guts or has actually willingly told her that she was bad at it. And it was the main six's thing to tell them, or one of the main six, even Pinkie Pie herself maybe, tell her that to stop. And that's where everything, that makes more sense. But do not take a pre-established character who is already shown on multiple occasions to care more about others than she does herself, to then stop caring about others, to only care about herself, about an item that she only had for some amount of time, way less than the amount of time that she had with the other good things. How do you get a pony who forgets her own birthday but remembers everyone else's birthday, and then say I'm gonna move out of Ponyville and leave my friends because I'm upset that I can't play my favorite instrument? The more I talk about this, the more angry I'm getting. And I'm trying not to come off as like completely and 100% hostile. I'm just confused at who wrote this episode. Because throughout this entire season, maybe only one other episode I could say is not on the up and up of being quality, you know? Being like, these are great writers that make this show, and they understand a little thing or two about how to feel. But this one's like, I'm more shocked that this isn't well written. This isn't anything. Man, I don't know how to feel. I honestly don't. It's sort of like a weird anger where I'm not angry toward the episode. I'm just angry about how well these characters are written, and then how like a full 180 they did in this episode. Pinkie Pie especially being my favorite main six pony. My favorite pony in all of MLP will always be Derpy, but she's on a whole nother pedestal. And then you have Starlight, then you have Sunset, who alternate between top pony every single time, with Trixie being third. And then once you get down to the other levels, you get the main six ponies, and the one that always stayed on top was Pinkie Pie, because throughout every episode, she was always a consistent character who understood her goals, understood what she liked to do, and kept doing it. And now all that dashed away to the point where she becomes so depressed, she's negatively affecting life around her. That means she is legitimately 100%, despite everything else she has gone through, legitimately. She didn't even get that type of depressed when Twilight went off on her during the movie. And hearing that from one of your best friends, the first Pinkie Pie being the first person she really interacted with, too. So you could say Pinkie Pie and Twilight have a little bit of a connection that spans across Equestria, in a sense, if you really want to go that far when it comes to their relationship. And she was just upset, but she wasn't like clinically depressed and think life is ultimately meaningless because she can't play the stupid saxophone thing, whatever the phone thing is. All right, I'm just disappointed really much in this episode, honestly, and can't wait to get the people who are gonna defend Pinkie Pie or defend the main six, because you know this is the internet. Everyone's gonna have their own personal opinions about these particular characters and how they find all the right and everything. And I usually do that too. Trust me, I usually do that too. If I have to find positives in this episode, I would probably go off on... I honestly can't, because everyone felt so not themselves. Like, everyone always agreed with one another. There was a moment where all of them tried to dodge the question of telling Pinkie Pie to stop, and then you have Twilight saying that she should stop because she's bad at it and she shouldn't waste her time with something she's bad at. That's not the point. You shouldn't tell her to waste her time with something she's bad at. You should tell her to get better the better way. Stop disrupting the peace. Go to Yakity-Sax for like tips if you really need to know. Like, plan out a schedule where you can when you can go down to Yakity-Sax, because it's not like it's impossible to get there, and it's not like it's impossible to do something else to practice or go somewhere else to practice. In fact, she was practicing in the forest, right? The least amount of people that she could bother is in the forest. So, like, that wasn't the problem. Why is she still in the forest? Oh, I think it's because she has to support her friends who are too afraid to tell them to stop. On a little bit of a side note, before I end things off. The first instances of this episode, at first it was going to be like, well, I have a friend, and after growing up, I started to hate whistling, all right? It's weird. I know it's like kind of a weird thing to hate, but when you have a high-pitched sounding noise just right next to your ear for about 5 minutes, and between different intervals of those 5 minutes, and it's just singing whistling a random tune that you really do not care for, where you're just trying to focus, it gets annoying, all right? It's kind of like knocking when somebody already knows you're there. Knocking is meant to get your attention. So if you have your attention and you're still knocking, then you're just being annoying. That's how I see that. So same thing with whistling. When you whistle, you get my attention. You have my attention. You continue to do the thing, so you're just annoying me now. And that's where it got up with my friend. So instead of just trying to sit there and take it and just be like, okay, I have no right to tell him to stop whistling. He can whistle all he wants. I mean, he's trying to just do his job his way, and he's bored, and so he whistles. Hell, I hum to myself when I'm bored at my job. So here's the thing about humming to myself and whistling. I'm not audibly disturbing other people around me. So I tried to tolerate it, but after a while, it really actually started to bug me to the point where I messed up a few orders because of the whistling. It's got that bad. So instead of telling him to stop whistling because it's annoying me, I said, can you whistle when you're not around me? And guess what he did? He didn't whistle when he was around me. There you go. It's that easy. I didn't tell him to stop doing something that he wanted to do and actually likes doing. And he's not bothering me anymore. It's almost as if it's so easy just to tell a person who understands you and you understand him because you're both buds that you should stop bothering each other. So it's just, okay. Man, I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments in the comments saying, "Man, you really got heated this episode." Well, yeah. When you get a good show like this, and you actually have an episode that rivals a bad episode of like Generation 3, then yes, I have to complain because this is not a good episode. I do not like this episode. I honestly have to say that it's gonna take a lot, and I mean a lot, to get me to say, okay, this episode can go on my top 10. Or even in my top 50. So, there you go. This is gonna be Universe. Man, this one was... I'm gonna do a live stream on this one. I'm gonna get live feedback for this episode. I need live feedback for this episode. Because this is one of those episodes where I need to know if I'm right about being not okay with this episode or completely and utterly wrong, and maybe I'm just completely just not good. And they handled this better during the Celestia thing. It's like Celestia is like a prime figure, so it's hard to tell her that she's bad at something and just trying to support her the best way she can, especially when trying to teach her how to act is not really working out too well and stuff like that. But at least they still managed to do it, and Celestia understood. So it's like, all right, this is Do You Want Me Universe. See you next time. Bye. Jeez.